What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
Woo!
Woo! 420's over.
Yeah, it's over, but I'm still wearing the shirt because I love broccoli. Especially if you
It's
make
healthy
it
for you.
If you make it hot, if you blaze the broccoli, it gets all crispy and a little bit burnt.
Yeah,
perfect.
put some butter on that broccoli.
Anyway, if you're someone who loves checking out the hottest new restaurants, but hates having to get all dressed up for the occasion, or dressed up at all, you're in luck.
Yeah.
As long as you're in London already or willing to travel there. Because a new temporary pop-up restaurant called Bunyadi is coming this June. It promises an experience free from the trappings of modern life. No artificial colors or flavors, no electricity, no gas, no phones, and no clothes.
That seems like a health risk. Anyways, to be clear, it's clothing optional. But yes, Bunyadi, which is supposedly a Hindu word meaning natural, will totally be letting patrons eat their artisanal food and drinks fully in the nude when they open for 3 months starting in June. And even though the grand opening is over a month away, there's already over 7,000 people on the waiting list for tickets.
It's a hot ticket.
And 6,990 of them are dudes.
It's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Been waiting for a new strip club.
They should have the opening night theme should be sausage party.
Yeah, we're serving the finest artisanal sausages. So anyway, the map that was provided in the press release does show that there will be separate sections for the naked and pure and the non-naked and presumably impure.
Yeah.
So it'll be really interesting to see how many of those people who sign up are just really excited to sit fully clothed in nice wooden furniture and try the all-natural food and drink in a soothing atmosphere, and how many are legitimately just stoked to finally be able to hang out in a restaurant with their private parts all flopping around, getting on the furniture.
Imagine this is like if this place was like an Applebee's where they bring those sizzling fajitas out. Oh god, it's getting my genitals. It's burning.
I mean, clothing, it's not just about modesty. There's
Yeah.
a lot of purpose to it as well.
Yeah, it's practical. And we'll get to all the questions I have, because hopefully Elliot has answered some of them in the
Okay.
script. The naked section looks to be about 3 times the size of the non-naked section, so they're really betting on getting a lot of nudist clientele. And I guess based on the number of people who've signed up to get on the list, they're probably right. So the group behind this restaurant has already found huge success with a Breaking Bad themed pop-up bar inside of a Winnebago called ABQ. So it's not like this is completely out of the blue. I guess the people of London just really like pretending that they're American meth kingpins, and they also really like the idea of potentially spilling food on their crotches at dinner. So, first question.
Okay.
How big is the coat room in this place? Do you show up naked? Do you take your clothes off?
So it
when
has
you're
the
there?
whole dressing room. You enter in the clothes section, and then you go through a corridor which has a dressing room where you can disrobe and then enter the good part of the bar.
Is there a children's menu?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about age. That's a great question. But you know, those people over there in the UK all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be
Eating
kids
their
there.
Jammy Dodgers or whatever they're called.
Yeah, Jammy Dodgers and their
Okay, so
Bacon buddies.
is this considered an art installation?
Yeah, the group that is putting it on, they primarily do like
So they don't have to probably
like-
register with like the health association there.
I don't know UK law.
Yeah.
I would assume
What's your health grade? Double D's. Fucking love it, man. We're just we're free
Like,
society,
they
bro.
better have like Purell and wet wipes and Lysol just all over the place. I ain't sitting down. Well, I'm not going. I wouldn't go even if I was near it, but I'm not. I ain't sitting down on someone else's ball sweat.
Yeah.
I want to soak up in my own ball sweat.
Yeah. The whole thing is it doesn't sound very appealing.
It'll
to
be in
me
the
at all.
summer. I mean, UK.
Oh, it's gonna be sweaty.
Yeah, I mean, London doesn't get too hot, but it has hot days, and they don't
It's
have
humid.
no AC, no
Yeah.
electricity.
Right there on the Thames.
The
Get-
Thames?
The Thames.
Fames.
Listen, I don't give a shit. Call your river whatever you want. I'm gonna say it however. It's humid. Your ball sweat's gonna be everywhere. People are gonna be musty. It's gonna stink.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm really happy to see how this turns out on social media when people post pictures. So
Well, the photography will not be allowed.
people will sneak it in.
Yeah, they'll do it. They find a way.
It'll be on X Hamster.
If I can watch a shitty 240p version of Batman v Superman shot from someone's like fucking
Lapel
camera, someone's gonna get a
Yeah.
picture of, I'm sure, all of the super attractive people that'll be eating at this place. Mm-hmm. Where's all the babes? These people just look like me.
It's all gonna be American tourists. Ugh, just fat American tourists.
Yeah.
Can't even see anything because their fat rolls are covered.
Bring me whatever's the spiciest, beaniest thing on the menu.
Just ripping farts the whole way through. No
filter.
barrier there
Yeah,
either.
none. It's just...
Yeah. Anyways, wow. Let us know if you're going to go there.
Yeah, and you know what? If people want to eat at a naked restaurant, who gives a shit?
Yeah, freedom's cool.
It doesn't affect me.
No.
Live and let live.
We can joke about it, but they should be able to do it.
But live and let live is a phrase that the lunatic asshole at the center of our next story should try and learn. That man is Chris Saviour, who claims to be a lawyer and EDM producer who is, quote, hardcore involved in the music industry. This week he made headlines for filing a lawsuit in Texas seeking damages for not being allowed to marry his MacBook. Whoa, what a weirdo, right?
Next thing you know, that MacBook's gonna want to use the same bathroom as me.
Man.
I don't want to live in that world, Elliot. So anyways, yes, Chris Saviour is a weirdo, but he's also an asshole too, because the whole thing is just a stunt to try and falsely equate marrying an inanimate object with gay marriage, which the US Supreme Court made legal across the nation last June. It's the same bullshit, slippery slope argument used by homophobes across the world. And by homophobes, I literally mean people who are afraid of homosexuality.
Fear. What makes this even noteworthy is the fact that DJ Chris Saviour has been making his way into weird news headlines for years. And this is only the most recent example. He tried the exact same I want to marry my computer shtick back in 2014 in Florida, claiming that Barack Obama is trying to turn America into a gay nation. Before that, he tried to sue Obama for conspiring to fire Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty over homophobic statements as a way for Obama to further the gay agenda.
And before that, DJ Chris tried to sue Apple in federal court for manufacturing his computer and giving it the ability to access pornography, as you do. He argued that all Apple computers should ship with porn-blocking software installed that can only be deactivated by contacting Apple and signing an authorization form.
Easy peasy.
There is always this weird, disconnect between people who want more freedom but also more rules at the exact same time.
Yeah.
They can't make that connection in their brain, that they want more and less regulation.
Well, it makes sense to me.
No. Anyways, he wrote in a legal complaint, in using Safari, the plaintiff accidentally misspelled Facebook.com, which led him to fuckbook.com, and a host of websites that caused him to see pornographic images that appealed to his biological sensibilities as a male, and led to an unwanted addiction with adverse consequences.
Sounds awful.
Fuckbook sounds great, if that's what's happening.
Oh, and before all of that, Saviour was arrested for stalking country musician John Rich of Big and Rich for several years despite multiple restraining orders. Pretty random, but definitely fits the profile.
No.
Anyway, all in all, it seems like he's definitely had a very tumultuous relationship with his MacBook over the years.
Well, no wonder he's attracted to it. It showed him fuckbook.com.
It's a gateway to pornography and sin,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, it's great for watching old episodes of Duck Dynasty and also makes for a great prop when you're trying to stop gay rights and just general human progress.
Yeah, these things always freak me out for the exact reason that I just said. It's like people want ultimate freedom, no regulation, but in their misguided attempt to actually make that happen, they in turn ask for regulation on literally everything.
People should be allowed to say and to think what they want.
After they sign a lengthy court document.
I can't be trusted with my own computer because I'm a sex addict who can't stop looking at porn, and that's not my fault, that's Apple's fault.
But don't bring a laptop to a bulldozer fight, which is a new hit on the old don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and I think it should stay. This should be the new one, because apparently those are a thing. We've been sitting around waiting for that USA versus Japan mech fight that we were promised last summer, but it turns out normal everyday construction vehicles are just as entertaining in a fight. And yes, we understand those technically aren't bulldozers, they're front-end loaders. But do either of us look like we've ever worked construction? I haven't even touched a piece of rebar, Elliot.
No. It looks rough. Looks like it'll get some schmutz on my hands.
Yeah.
Anyway, this happened in northern China recently where the construction industry has gotten pretty competitive. Competitive to the point where construction contracts are given to the one company who defeats all of the other bidders in a Royal Rumble-style vehicle fight. Okay, that's not actually true. It's just two construction companies vying for the same contract, taking out their aggressions on each other. But, I mean, I don't know if either of them got the contract, but I think our idea is pretty good. They should compete.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to build this skyscraper? I want to see which one of you knows how to use your tools properly, so I'm
Yeah.
going to make you fight with your tools.
It is the best solution to this problem.
They did some pretty good moves in the video. The guy managed to knock over
Oh
one
yeah,
of
it's
those.
an impressive video.
And then the fallen bulldozer's friend, he comes in with his bulldozer and like tries lifting him up. He fails, drops him again, probably does more damage. But it's
Yeah.
pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, it's a blast.
I
And
want my builders to know how to fight with their construction vehicles.
Exactly. It's a good idea for everyone.
Yeah.
Anyways, hopefully this pans out and is used more in the future. Bring it on down here to America. We love it. Be great.
If you, like, let's say a construction company not getting so much work, this is how they can make money. Put it on TV. British reality TV would love this. They probably already.
They already got their
figured
fuck
something
boxes and their naked goddamn restaurants. Now we just need heavy machinery fighting in the streets.
Yeah.
Guns are banned? Oh well, we'll have to fight these front end loaders. Now we'll see who's dangerous and who's not. Anyways, it's time to do a little weekly weird news update on 2 of our biggest stories from the last year. Starting with the fact that Rachel Dolezal,
Yes.
the black civil rights leader who's actually totally white and not black and just wears a lot of bronzer and gets her hair permed, is writing a book about race.
Oh.
As you do. To be fair, she did manage to con her way to leadership positions in the NAACP and teaching positions in African American studies classes. So, I mean, it's fair to assume race is something she's pretty knowledgeable about, but really curious to see if anyone actually reads what she writes.
I'll buy the book. Tell me, Rachel. Tell
she-
me about race.
She probably is an expert on the subject, despite the fact that she was parading around as if she was a black woman while being white. She has obviously
Literally
done the groundwork.
parading.
Yeah,
I'm sure she was in a parade at some point.
yeah, an equal rights parade.
I'm very curious to see this book.
Put her on the $20 bill.
She's got a TED Talk coming out soon, too.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Cannot wait. Anyway, and finally, Malachi Love Robinson, the fake teen doctor who conned his way into our hearts and into serious trouble with the law, is going to prison.
Aw.
He took a plea deal with prosecutors and will be spending 3 years in prison because if he were to actually go to trial, he'd be potentially facing up to 70 years in prison for his charges of 2 counts of practicing medicine without a license, 2 counts of practice of neuropathy without a license, 3 counts of forgery, 2 counts of grand theft from a person 65 or older, and 3 counts of fraudulent use of personal identification information.
We joke about this guy, and it is adorable and very cute that he walked around as if he was a doctor, imitating a doctor.
Took it too far.
He committed some very serious crimes and shouldn't be praised or joked about.
It's no laughing
but
matter.
it's ridiculous. I'm completely looking forward to the day where he tries to escape from prison by dressing
I'm
up.
a prison guard.
Yeah, or like a cafeteria worker. Well, I'm off to pick up the new loaves of bread. I'll be back.
I'm just surprised he didn't represent himself in court with that mustache
Yeah,
meme.
the lawyer.
My client is innocent. The best meme.
Yes. So yeah, obviously he took that plea deal because it would have been very hard to prove that he didn't do any of those things, which include not just pretending to be a doctor, but also stealing $37,000 from the bank account of an 86-year-old woman who came to him just seeking medical help. The man is a monster, packaged in an adorable young man's body.
It's that you take away that detail and it's
He is
fun.
literally Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. A fun little detail about the whole stealing money from an old lady thing. When prosecutors spoke to the Bank of America employees who cashed Love Robinson's checks, one of them said, "I found it very odd that a doctor at the age of 18 to 19 years old runs errands in a white coat, full name badge, and a stethoscope."
Yeah.
So, anyway, hopefully he sorts himself out and ends up using his powers for good once he's done his time, like a little Frank Abagnale or something. Maybe he'll get a movie.
Yeah, I might get a book out of it.
Yeah. I'd read his book more than Rachel Dolezal.
Both of them were imitating people they are absolutely not.
We get a lot of con men and imposters on this show.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
be who you are.
Anyways, one more thing before we jump into headlines. Here's the best social media fail of the week. A tweet from KFC Australia, who decided the best way to advertise their upcoming spicy options was by using a not safe for work hashtag and using a picture that's blurred to make it look like a dude is getting a hand job from a girl. He's actually pulling out a piece of chicken out of a bucket in his lap, but we made it look like porn. Lol. Eat KFC. Bring the kids.
bring kids to spicy look. It's like porn because porn's spicy and our chicken's
Again,
spicy.
you don't want to get your genitals near any kind of fried food or pan-fried food or just food in general. Unless you're fucking an apple pie
Very
like that
sensitive
kid.
skin.
Like that kid in that movie. Fucking that apple pie.
So anyway, yeah, that tweet went over about as well as you'd expect. Badly. They pulled the tweet, they apologized for their error in judgment, and they proved that, once again, that even the biggest brands on earth still don't know how to use the internet right. Like, really. How does that get past the idea stage?
Before we get into headlines, one happened today, and that was the fact that Snapchat put the fucking blackface filter as Bob Marley.
And everyone loved it.
No, there was a lot of people who didn't like it.
Everyone on my Snapchat feed was like, yes, I finally get to be black. They didn't say that, but that's, it's ridiculous.
Yes, it was loved by the masses, but by people who actually could put about 10 seconds more of thought into it, really misguided. It is blackface, and then they're downgrading the legacy of Bob Marley.
I'm more offended by the fact that Bob Marley's ancestors and his family are that comfortable just like licensing out everything about him to any company that wants to put Bob Marley on a product.
Well, Snapchat also reduced his legacy to just being a pothead.
Yeah.
And there's a long history of that. The Legacy album that they kept all it's his greatest hits, so they just hit all the songs that were about like poverty and
yeah, he was a pretty radical guy.
Yeah.
No, man, he's just about smoking weed.
And all he could have done, he could have been here today. Just cut your fucking toe off. He had toe cancer or whatever like that, and it spread, and he's like, I'm not cutting my toe off because in the Rastafarian religion, you have to be buried whole.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would have made an exception up there in Rastafarian heaven.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's finally move on to the weirdest real news headlines that we saw on the internet, starting with some politics.
Yeah. Climate change denier Sarah Palin says, Bill Nye is as much of a scientist as I am. Yeah, that's not true. She was saying, oh, he's just a TV host. He's not even a real scientist.
Well, I mean, all he has is a Bachelor of Science. He does not have an advanced degree. But he's done a lot of work in science, kind of been doing it for like 30 years now. I think he knows a little bit more about science than little Miss Wasilla or whatever.
Yeah. The hockey mom.
Hockey mom. Lipstick.
Yeah, on a pig.
Why are we still listening to Oh yeah, because people keep putting her on fucking Fox News and Donald Trump loves her and God, this woman, she had her 15 minutes of fame. It lasted almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
The whole thing's a mess. She goes up there with like, her family is like the Kardashians, the political Kardashians. They're always getting into trouble.
Yeah.
They can't keep out of the news. But at least the Kardashians can run a successful business.
Yeah.
She can't even run a goddamn state. They're making money off lip gloss and you're just out there making fun of scientists? Get out of here.
Come on, Sarah. Former presidential contenders Martin OMalley and Mike Huckabee might start a band.
Why? Martin OMalley also sounds like the guy who hosted Guts.
That was Mike OMalley.
It's his brother.
Let's go to Mo.
Mo, check out the leaderboard, Mo! All right.
Yeah, so Mike, is it Mike? Yeah, Mike OMalley.
No, Martin OMalley.
Martin OMalley.
And they should make their band name Mike OMalley. Or just call it Guts. Or Aggro Crag. Aggro Crag would be the best fucking band name, especially if they were like a brand safe, politically neutral version of like the Grateful Dead. Like,
everyone get out and vote! Woo! This is how a bill becomes a law.
Yeah, they're the new Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah. I mean,
anyways, they're both terrible.
Yeah,
but
one's
one's
a Democrat,
fine.
one's a Republican.
But Mike Huckabee's just off the deep end all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus he looks like fucking Huckleberry Hound. It would be
Mike Huckleberry Hound?
He would honestly have a banjo if he's in this band. I'll call it right now.
I think he plays the bass.
Oh, sure. The easiest instrument. I just pissed off so many people out there that play bass. Learn guitar first. You can downgrade to the bass. What? Don't just learn bass. You play bass, don't you?
I play all instruments.
See, exactly. That's what I'm
all
saying.
Of them. I don't know. There's some pretty good bass players out there.
There's great bass players, but I feel like those bass players could also play guitar.
Probably.
Yeah. When I was in high school, everyone that didn't know how to play an instrument, they made him the bass player. We're like, yeah, we really want you in the band. Here, take this.
This is more my speed.
No, they don't wear it that high.
Well, in punk music.
Yeah, it's screamo bands. They just play down by the
punk music. You're playing two notes.
I know that everyone's gonna be offended. I'm joking. I do believe that there's lots of musical merit in the bass guitar. I'm just look at Primus, great band.
Les Claypool.
Yeah, fantastic bass player.
All right, well that's.
But also brilliant in his own right. There's so many fucking bass heads out there gonna be making fun of me. Yeah. Oh, that Ricky? I'll show him. We wouldn't even have Seinfeld if it wasn't for the bass guitar.
Actually, that wasn't a guitar. That was all on keyboards.
There you go. Learn the keyboard.
Bam.
Just download the bass sound.
Yeah, that's what they did. GOP congressman says, I'll poison myself if Cruz wins.
This just goes to show that he is not liked by anyone, even the GOP establishment. But that's endearing to some people.
He's a renegade. No one likes him. Everyone wants to be friends with the guy that no one likes.
Yeah. What his roommate said recently, too, when he was, people brought up the fact that he was trying to ban sex toys from Texas, and he's like,
Ted Cruz doesn't want people touching their genitals. This is news to me.
yeah, because Ted Cruz probably masturbated a lot in college.
Got his cruz everywhere.
Yeah, cruz on everything. Imagine Ted Cruz's bathroom in college. Ugh.
I imagine he walked around a lot with like a towel on.
Yeah.
Oh, Ted Cruz here. You guys want to go smoke some Cuban cigars? I got him from
my dad.
My dad.
I don't know if I've said this before, but I've definitely thought it a bunch. Ted Cruz reminds me of the type of kid when he was very young. Who was,
Ted Cruz the type of kid.
Ted Cruz is the type of kid that poops in the pool and blames it on someone else. It just, whenever I see his face, I just like get flashbacks to like those slimy kids who would just like, you knew they were the one that shit in the public
They're
pool.
sneaking off.
Yeah, like, oh, someone pooped in the pool. I bet it was Ricky. It wasn't me. It was Ted Cruz.
I didn't poop in the pool. Did you see his Simpsons impressions?
Oh God!
What are you doing?
Oh, they were so bad.
What?
He's great at impressions.
Ted's real good at impressions. Do the impressions, Ted. Oh, I can do all of them.
And they're terrible. I don't even want to mimic them.
It was for like BuzzFeed or something.
Of course. The same company that brought you How Many Rubber Bands Can Fit on This Watermelon Live. Anyways,
we deserve it.
Donald Trump's jet, a regular on the campaign trail, isn't actually registered to fly. It's mostly a prop. They probably tow it from city to city.
Well, see, he mostly is known for his big 757, but he actually has like 5 jets in his fleet. This is a smaller Cessna that he uses to get to places like Buffalo.
Oh, well then
smaller...
that's unfair then, Elliot. You have, not you, but this headline is unjustly.
It's a plane that he's flown regularly.
It's a Cessna. Dogs can fly Cessnas.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Cessnas should no longer be considered aircraft. Drones are aircraft, Cessnas are not.
Yeah.
Because
shoot a Cessna out of the sky.
Until a dog flies a drone.
Yeah, which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
There were a lot of pilots. I'm sure they're actually pilots. I'm just saying I can't verify it by the comment on there. There were people saying like, yeah, I fly Cessnas. You get a Cessna up in the air, you pretty much don't have to touch anything. It'll fly itself. Dogs flying it, yeah, sure, their paws are on it. They're not doing anything. Way to suck the fun out of it,
yeah.
Pilots.
Pilots ruin everything.
they do. Getting us from point A to point B faster than we should be.
Always getting on the intercom when I'm in the middle of a fucking movie?
Oh, it blows your eardrums out.
Oh, we're like this close now. Oh, look at the weather. I don't give a shit. Shut up.
Elliot hates pilots.
Shut up.
Good. You're gonna get the pilots after you.
There's a reason the door's there. You stay on your side, I'll stay on my side.
Yeah.
Stop interrupting my stories.
I bet all pilots can play bass guitar.
Oh, they probably do.
Mm-hmm. Up front there, just jamming out.
Dude.
Planes fly themselves. Technically, if you're having a pilot take off and land, a dog could fly a 787 too. Because it flies itself.
Yeah. Fire all pilots.
Yeah, get rid of them.
Get the dogs in there.
Dogs have had it easy for too long.
Put the dogs to work.
Yeah. All right.
Jesus. Journalist wants Obama's Game of Thrones screeners, so he files a Freedom of Information Act request for them.
Isn't there like a certain amount of time that has to pass for that?
I don't know. It's all stupid
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just, I'm going to make a headline.
Yeah.
You know?
But Obama does get to watch Game of Thrones early because he personally called up like HBO and he was like, let me get those Game of Thrones. And they're like, okay. You're the president.
You're the leader of the free world.
FedEx Employee naps is shipped with packages to Texas.
This sounds like one of those things you'd read in Reader's Digest in the 80s or something. I guess it really
I think he just wanted a free trip to Texas.
Hey, you know what'd be funny though? Back to that Obama thing. If you got downloaded like the first episode once it comes out and then put like the watermark that has his name on it and link it back on the internet. Courtesy of HBO to the President of the United States.
To Barack Hussein Obama.
Do not leak. No.
Someone should do that.
Just put it on YouTube later with a clip that is promotional so that it's not copyright infringement. Anyways, let's move on. That guy went to Texas with some packages.
All the way from Tennessee.
And he made it there in rapid time with a tracking number attached to him.
Best way to travel.
Mm-hmm. Man claiming to be from the future steals food from Arby's. So He knows something we don't.
Here's what he knows.
Yeah.
So the way he did this, he went into the Arby's, he jumped over the counter, grabbed a couple handfuls of food, and ran away. When the police tracked him down, he was like, I'm from 4 years in the future, and this is how people get food in my time. They just grab it with their hands.
Donald Trump's president. Everyone fends for themselves at Arby's.
Yeah, maybe he's right.
Who knows? I mean, I know he's not right, but
He's on drugs.
He's definitely on drugs. But the cops would just be like, "Sir, you went to Arby's."
The future of Arby's is better than anything we have in 2020.
It's like the Demolition Man. In the future, all restaurants are Taco Bell.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Man arrested for putting soda in water cup at Springdale McDonald's.
Someone finally got arrested for this?
Yeah.
Woo.
I mean,
It's been decades. Everyone does this. Everyone. Everyone that is between the ages of 10 when you think it's really risky.
let me get
doing
a
it.
water cup.
Meanwhile, the employee's like, I know that you're
You're gonna put Sprite in it.
Yeah.
I know they're both clear, but one has bubbles and one doesn't.
Yeah.
I like to throw them off by just filling it up with soda water.
Yeah.
Like, it's not soda. It's soda water.
And throw it in his face for accusing you.
But no, I mean, he
So
probably
why?
would have just.
Why did this happen?
Well, so the kid did it.
Oh, it's a kid.
Oh, I think he was like 18 or 19. But like, the manager's like, hey, you're caught. You can't do that. And then the kid tried to like run away. And the manager, very persistent, was like trying to get him to stop. And the kid like bumped his car into the guy and drove off. So then it's like, he had.
Well, yeah, then he committed an actual crime.
Yeah.
Sure, the other one's stealing, but
I mean, he was charged with
the
theft.
theft of the
Yeah,
soda?
charged with theft.
Put him in front of a jury. Put him in front of a jury of his peers.
I hope he goes all the way to prison, just so when his prison mates are like, "What are you in for?" It's like, filled up a water cup with soda.
And then they all beat him
Didn't pay
for being
for
the
it.
worst person there.
No, they call him. Oh, you're a madman!
Yeah, the
absolute madman.
Mafia chief arrested by police officers disguised as pizza delivery boys in Italy. Could it be any more stereotypical?
Oh, is it there? Oh, it's in the pizza boys. Open the door. I'm a coming to get the door. Just a kidding. We are not the pizza boys. We are the FBI. Boom, boom. And
Is
so
that how
on.
people in the mafia talk, Elliot?
Hey, I'm in the mafia.
Babadaboopy.
I don't remember ordering the pizza, but there's a pizza here, so I'm going to eat it.
I'm Italian. I can't say no to pizza.
They can't.
They can't. They literally can't.
Yeah.
It's hereditary.
This guy, he's a mafia kingpin. He's obviously like doing things very right, but once he gets the smell of pizza and a knock on his door,
Yeah.
all
He's
reason,
like Bugs Bunny who can smell a carrot.
it's like catnip.
Yeah, he's floating towards it. It's great. Can't wait to see it in a made-for-TV movie.
If only the U.S. government had known this in like the 60s through the 80s when
Yeah.
the mafia was a big problem here, we could have saved a lot of lives.
Well, the problem then was that they were using their pizza joints as fronts. Who would deliver a pizza to my own pizza joint?
True.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. That's what this guy could learn a thing or two. Just be at the pizza place all the time, and then they can't trick you with pizza because you're already surrounded by pizza.
Figure out something else. Wine delivery. Oh my God, wine!
Grappa,
Papa.
ice cream,
No, they call it gelato.
gelato.
Yeah. What other Knish?
Italians just can't resist those Italian delicacies.
Oh, they make good sandwiches. Deli meat's great.
Yeah,
We love
a salami.
it. We love Italy. Great fashion,
I love it.
lovely cities, historic, great people. Tennessee Titans host movie night. Forget to turn off the sprinklers.
There's a bunch of families at the Tennessee Titans Stadium all gathered around to watch Minions. They forgot to turn off the lawn
The
sprinklers.
old ninth green at 9. Wear your Sunday vest.
Just a bunch of football fans gathered around to watch a movie about little yellow Tic Tacs. They just had their evening picnic ruined when an entire football field worth of sprinklers went off and just got everyone all wet.
Oh God, I love it. Oh man.
Seems
I
like
love
something the Minions would do.
Yeah.
Those little mischievous Minions.
Anyways, I love headlines like that because nobody gets hurt except for these poor people.
Unless they were
They get
allergic
wet.
to water or something.
I don't think that's a thing, is it?
Oh, it is.
Is it?
Be rare.
Yeah.
Not as rare as this next story, though. A woman recently diagnosed as allergic to herself.
Did she diagnose herself?
No. This fucking sucks.
Ma'am, you are insufferable.
It's a really super rare condition, but she's allergic to her own sweat and tears.
Ooh.
So like any change in temperature or.
So what do they do? Kill her?
No, she's just like in agony all the time.
Wow, that's depressing.
Yeah,
She like
it's
sweats
awful.
and then she's allergic to that and then she sweats more.
Yeah.
She's like reacting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Blows up like that girl in Willy Wonka. Rolls around the house.
Probably.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
French statue gets detachable penis to thwart thieves.
Kept stealing his little pecker.
Yeah.
And so the police were like, you know what? No one gets to look at the penis. We're taking the penis away. We're gonna save it at the police station, and we're only gonna bring it out for special occasions.
Oh. See, in my mind, I was thinking like it was one of those paper towel things where you pull it and a new one comes out. That's what I thought when I heard detachable penis. They steal it and it's like, and just a new one comes out.
Take a penis. Everyone gets one.
Bloop. It's like your number at the deli.
Yeah. Take a penis.
Take a penis, leave a penis. It's fine. Well, it's good to hear that the cops are taking care of it.
Russia eyes corgis as next-gen police dogs. They can fit into small spaces with their little corgis.
Yeah, but it's way more depressing when they die.
I didn't think about that.
But Russians don't care.
Yeah.
They're just
true.
animals to those people.
Yeah.
Those people.
Those people. It's
You
you
said a lot worse about the Russians, Elliot.
That was before I met acclaimed director Ilya Naishuller. who's
Lovely
man.
Yeah.
Changed my whole outlook on
I've
Russians.
been to Russia. It's a lovely place. I got nothing but nice things to say.
All right, wow. We finally made it to our final headline.
Yeah. Woo.
Whale vomit found on beach could be worth $70,000.
They cough up a bunch of those Apple iPhones with their gold pieces.
I guess they use it in perfumes.
What?
Whale vomit.
Oh, like how they use blubber for soap or whatever?
Yeah, it's like, so it looks like rocks. It's actually not whale vomit. They talked to some doctor in the article. He's like, no, it's actually comes out of their butthole. I don't know why people call it vomit. But it's these giant rocks that smell like shit.
Well,
And
it's gotta come out of the
you
butt.
sell them to the perfume companies because they use an extract of it to, I don't know. Perfume's stupid. But good for them. They found a $70,000 piece of excrement.
Well, that's fine. At least they didn't like kill the whale for it.
No,
Like
it's
those
very
damn Japanese. We're going all around the world with the
fighting around the world.
Bass players thought they were getting it hard before.
Yeah.
We made it to the end.
What, there's a Japanese bass playing dude with a vape who just does not like us.
He's like, he stopped playing. He's like, they just talk shit about bass players?
Oh, not again.
And then he took his vape out. He's like, they just talk shit about vape? And then he's like,
I don't
eating
eat
a
whales.
eating a pizza. And he's like, And then, and then obviously the whole whaling thing with the Japanese.
Yeah.
What are weekly weird news?
Woo! Watch our other shit. Tech Tuesday, we
Yeah.
talked about drone racing becoming a sport because everything's a sport now. On our podcast, talked to the Ratchet and Clank voices about their new game and their new movie. And on last week's Tugs, something ridiculous happened.
Yeah.
Something scandalous
Someone
and
got
crazy.
sued. Someone was drunk and made fun of kids with cancer. And games are apparently still being released, despite our best efforts.
Video games, man.
They won't stop.
Crazy.
Yep.
All right, bye.
Bye.